Now, your forecast first, sponsored by Sam Lehman of Morton, the #1 Ram truck dealer in Central Illinois.
Good evening. I'm your local weather authority, Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates. We had some heavy downpours in and around the Twin Cities earlier today, but those are long gone. Skies are clear, and we have a temperature comfortably sitting at 70 degrees. Radar satellite composite showing clear skies all across central Illinois. Anything coming in from the west is going to fall apart before it gets here. We'll wake up to a lot of sunshine early tomorrow. Clouds will be increasing heading into the afternoon. Could be looking at an isolated storm or two around 2 o'clock, but the best chances for storms arrive late in the afternoon and into the evening. Some of the storms may be severe. We'll break down that full forecast coming up. WYZZ News at 9:30 starts now.
Tonight at 9:30, addressing Connect Transit concerns, the decisions that were made at tonight's City Council meeting. Also, how the Bloomington community is celebrating revitalization projects. And thanks for joining us again. I'm Eugene Daniel. A woman and her child are recovering tonight after police say that they were victims of a caracol attack, yesterday in Bloomington. Manoj Krangari spoke to Bloomington Police Department and the officer who put down the animal and joins us now in the Twin Cities newsroom with what law enforcement is saying. Manoj.
Just before 11 yesterday morning, officers were called to the 700 block of Locust Street on reports of an exotic animal that attacked a woman and her 6-year-old child. When police got there, they first transported the victims to the hospital. Officers then say the caracal wasn't bothering anyone else, so they called animal control and chose to monitor the cat until crews arrived. However, shortly after the call, officers say the caracal turned and started snarling and walking toward them. In an effort to protect the rest of the neighborhood and themselves, an officer opened fire, shooting and killing the animal.
Just an unfortunate incident. If you see the cats or pictures of the cats, they're gorgeous animals. It's something that, a police officer doesn't want to have to make that decision. The cat already attacked 2 people, a 6-year-old, and they were sent to the hospital. And then on top of the fact that the cat may have had rabies or some other disease, the officer decided that, he needed to shoot the animal to protect the people behind him.
And at the hospital, the mother and the daughter were treated for scratches and a bite. Officer Furman says the 2 will have to continue to go to the hospital for possible rabies exposure treatments. In the Twin Cities newsroom, I'm Manoj Krangari.
The Bloomington City Council is stepping in to address concerns regarding recent proposed changes to Connect Transit. Those changes include canceling a route and raising fares. And tonight, the council told the Connect Transit Board working group that it has until December 1st to find an alternative to fare increases for Connect mobility users. If the working group cannot come up with a solution, saying the fare hike is necessary, then the city may step in and pay the difference. Now, City Manager Tim Gleason says this was done because several council members demanded changes.
This is all relatively new to Connect Transit. Hearing this kind of overwhelming outpouring of dissatisfaction. So what they've done is they've formed this working group. My council is very much on board for them to be allowed time to do what they need to do, and then we'll see what the outcomes are.
As for the route cancellation, tomorrow night the Connect Transit Board will meet. They'll vote on a plan that would have pink route bus drivers pick up riders that used to use the olive route. A man is facing several charges after a deadly hit-and-run crash Saturday night near the intersection of Main Street and MacArthur Avenue. Police say that 27-year-old Jose Rodriguez turned himself in yesterday. Rodriguez, as you can see on your screen, was arrested for failure to report a death in an accident along with additional charges. 39-year-old Corey Cottrell is the victim who died when a van crashed into his motorcycle. No other information is being released at this time, and anyone with additional information is encouraged to contact police. Well, Illinois State University is looking to bring a new furry friend on campus this fall. The ISU Police Department is hoping to adopt a police community engagement dog. It has chosen Sage, a 2-year-old black lab, to interact with the people in the community. $4,000 needs to be raised, however, in order to bring Sage to ISU as a PAWFicer. The money will go towards her training, adoption, and care. And to find out more information on where you can donate, you can simply head over to our website, ciproud.com. It's the day the family of Ying Zhang has been waiting for nearly 2 years, seeing justice for their daughter. A jury today took less than 2 hours to find Brent Christensen guilty of Zhang's murder. Christensen's defense team never denied that Christensen murdered Zhang. They said in closing arguments the trial needed to be held so that prosecutors could prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, Christensen will either be sentenced to life in prison or the death penalty. The same jury will come together on July 8th to determine his sentence. Well, Governor Pritzker, picked a public fight with the Trump administration over the president's immigration policy this weekend. The governor signed 3 bills into law offering free student aid and protection to immigrants who live here. And Mark Maxwell has more on the growing divide between state and federal immigration practices.
If an ICE agent comes to your door, do not open your door. City officials mobilized in Chicago this weekend, instructing undocumented immigrants to take cover and lock their doors. That was before President Trump reversed course and temporarily put off widespread raids in major American cities.
We're doing a fantastic job under the circumstances.
The president blaming inaction in Congress for squalid conditions in detention centers where children were denied soap or a toothbrush. On Face the Nation Sunday, Vice President Mike Pence called it unacceptable.
The American people deserve to know that our dedicated Customs and Border Patrol agents are literally being overwhelmed by hundreds of thousands of people coming across our border.
In Illinois, Governor J.B. Pritzker signed 3 new bills into law offering protection and student aid to undocumented immigrants.
Prohibits local law enforcement from engaging in federal immigration enforcement by expanding MAP grants and institutional aid available to both undocumented and transgender students.
One group estimates as many as 3,500 students could qualify for that aid. The governor also signed a bill making Illinois the first state in the country to ban private civil detention centers.
We will not allow private entities to profit off of the intolerance of this president.
In Springfield, Mark Maxwell.
Pritzker's move to ban private detention centers means the state will scrap plans to allow a federally run detention center at the site of an old state prison in Dwight, Illinois. The bill bans state and local governments from doing any business with private detention centers except for contracts where the provider is offering medical care or food. The sanitary sewer in Normal is scheduled for a rehabilitation project starting today. The eastbound lane of West Locust Street between North Fell Avenue and the Constitution Trail will be closed to complete the task. The lane will be closed to through traffic until repairs are complete, and sidewalks will also be closed. All lanes should be reopened by next Wednesday, however. Well, leaders from the West Bloomington Housing Collaborative are celebrating the revitalization of neighborhoods in the west side of the city. After getting a $1.5 million grant from former Attorney General Lisa Madigan, the group was able to build 3 homes, rehab 13 others, and make repairs to 20 other homes.
Each home is a blessing, and each one is a challenge. Rain's a good example. And you know, volunteers are the lifeblood of our organization and what we do.
The Housing Collaborative was made up of leaders from Mid-Central Community Action, West Bloomington Revitalization Project, and Habitat for Humanity of McLean County.
Well, after some showers, thunderstorms, and localized heavy downpours, it turned out to be a pretty decent evening. Here's a look at our almanac. High temperature peaking at 81 today. Lows started off a bit on the warm side in the upper 60s. We do have another chance of storms tomorrow. Some may be severe. We'll have that forecast coming up next.